The Assemblies of God, History, Mission, and Governance by Matthew Kennard. Governance is about how a church makes decisions, who makes them, and parameters of accountability. The three main types of church governments are Episcopal, Congregational, and Presbyterian. Episcopal is elaborately hierarchical and governed by bishops, answering to higher ranking bishops, and so on. They lack accountability within the local church. Congregational is the opposite. Church members meet to make all the decisions. They go over the budget, ministries, policy, and personnel. They're slow to change and plagued with divisions. The Presbyterian governance delegates responsibility and authority to representatives. The representatives can become disconnected from the rest of the congregation. The Assemblies of God combines Congregational and Presbyterian church governance. Membership is the final decision-making body of the church. Power is delegated and shared in overlapping areas with the deacons, the lead pastor, and the affiliation. This helps us be accountable, decisive, and responsive all at the same time. The local structure in our churches is Christ is the head, and we have an elected leadership. The lead pastor is elected by the local congregation, and the board of deacons are elected to assist the pastor. Key elements for the pastor. The pastor needs to think about the next generation. The congregation doesn't own you. Obey the Lord in His guidance and vision at all times. The moment the Lord tells you to do something different, do it. Be gracious towards others. Focus on progress, not perfection. Learn to appreciate progress. And love well. To lead people well, you need to love well. Two kinds of integrity are vital: moral uprightness and structural soundness. Strength of character is essential for shepherding God's people effectively, as well as reaching into the future. Integrity is also vital to the way you structure your life and ministry. You should demonstrate moderation and balance both in your life and in your ministry. Integrity is all about the long game. Managing the church. The pastor must have a fundamental understanding of how administration systems work. A pastor can bank on the averages. A wise pastor understands that blame must be accepted as one-sided. A pastor must be committed to the long view, determined to outlast the detractors. A pastor should learn the act of cautious response, in contrast to careless reaction, and project a creative and contagious vision that is attractive to their people. For a healthy board, trust is foundational. It's hard to earn and it's easy to lose. Building trust takes time and needs constant nurturing. New people join and others leave our teams. We need to nurture those new ones, nurture trust into them and build that trust into them. Be as honest, open, and transparent as possible. Communicate about expectations. Encourage self-awareness in your team members. Create and build upon normal team behaviors. The board needs to agree to trust. It works both ways. And finally, create a safe place for openness. In conclusion, much Christian leadership is exercised by people who do not know how to develop healthy relationships and have opted for power and control instead. We must steer clear of this and be committed to healthy relationships if we want our churches to grow, mature, and carry on the mission of Christ.